Thank you, everyone, for joining us at the Boss Babe Blog Podcast. I'm your host and CEO of BossBabeBlog.com, KeTohn. So today we're talking about another entrepreneurship habit to pick up on your road to elevation, and that is learning how to delegate properly, being a great delegator. If you are not able to delegate, you are not going to be able to flourish, not in the way that you were meant to flourish. What does delegating mean? It means not being a micromanager. Just that simple. If you hire someone to do something, step back and let them do it. Stop being a helicopter, because at the end of the day, all that's going to do is place you in a situation where you're everywhere at once, and you can't be everywhere at once. You have to step into the entrepreneurship role, which is where you focus on providing solutions for people. You're not focused on, oh, are you doing this? Are you doing that? You need to hire you a business manager or a business assistant. And if you cannot hire you one, you need to hire someone to do a specific task for you. And all you need to do is go and check on them and make sure you follow up. But being a helicopter and trying to do something that you hired someone else to do, you're not going to flourish. And let me give you a couple of reasons why. Number one, because if you could do it, you would have did it yourself. You may know how to do it, but are you going to do it as great as they will do it? Because they're focused specifically on that, and you're focused on the entire aspect of your business. So that's the real question. Number two, this is a professional. This is someone that you hired because you clearly feel like they can get the job done, unless you just hired them because they were cheap. Now, if that's the case, then that's on you. And now you've created another task for yourself. This is a professional. That means that they probably know something in this area of expertise that you haven't figured out yet, or they've been a little bit more polished in it because that's all that they do. That's all they focus on. You have other things that you have to focus on. So if you hire someone to be a social media manager, let them be a social media manager and manage your social media. Take a step back. What is the point of hiring someone to do something and then being a helicopter and stepping over and trying to do things? 9 times out of 10, you end up messing up the process, not helping it, because you've told them, I need you to do this job and this is what I want you to focus on. And they've put together a plan on how they're going to do that. Okay. So now they're trying to do that. And here you come stepping in, trying to make posts, trying to be inconsistent, trying to show off a video of X, Y, and Z. It's inconsistent. That it's not going to work. Okay. And 9 times out of 10, you end up slowing down your progress because people already have plans. If you don't trust that they're able to do it, if you don't trust their ability to be able to create that plan and execute, then don't hire them. It's just that simple. But being that helicopter, being that micromanager, think back to when you worked for someone. If you still do, then great. Think about it now. Think about that manager who would tell you to do something, and then they'll be all over your back while you do it. They'll tell you to do it. They'll tell you the guidelines, but instead of allowing you to get it done in your way while sticking to the guidelines, they stand over your back and watch you and say, but could you do this? Okay, add that and fold that way and do this and do that. Think about that manager. Think about how much time that they wasted telling you things that they already told you that you were going to do anyways, when they could have been helping someone else who actually needed the help, number one, or number two, helping customers and making more money. Think about that manager, okay? I'm trying to share with you this insight because for me, I learned this a long time ago. When I first started in retail, I had to learn what different management styles look like. And I understood that micromanaging is not effective to me, nor is it effective to my team. So at one point in time, yes, I used to be that manager who say, okay, I need you to get this whole thing folded and done. And then instead of stepping back and letting them get it done with the time frame and giving them the tools, I just sit there, stand over them. Okay, you're almost done. Coming back. Hey, how's it looking? You finished? No, fold it this way. Let me show you. Just do it like that. Well, did you change the colors on? No. It's annoying. It's annoying. And you got to have some growth and step back and understand how annoying it actually is. If you tell someone to do something, you tell them the guidelines, they start working on it, and then here you come trying to add in your little 3 cents. It's not needed. Because if it was needed, you would have just been doing it yourself. You got to learn how to be a delegator. Give someone a project, give them the expectations, and step away. And if you don't trust that they're able to complete or elevate or execute, don't hire them. It's just that simple. If something is not going the way that you would like it to go, address it. Just say, hey, this is kind of what I was wanting. Can you give me a little feedback or insight on, where you're at and what's working right now, or whatever the case is? Address it. That's okay. But micromanaging, no, it doesn't help you. You can't be everywhere at all times. If you hire someone to promote a new logo or something, you shouldn't be on their logo page trying to change and update and edit. You should be stepping back and letting them work on that logo and coming to you with final results. Like, we can't micromanage. That's just not, it's not effective for your business. It's not. You got to learn how to delegate. So when you give someone a responsibility, hand it over. And if they don't execute in the way that you would like, communicate. And if you're still not happy, continue to communicate until there comes to a solution. And if they're not willing to work with you on a solution, then just move on. It's just as simple as that. You know, it's not that hard. We have to learn how to problem solve. We have to learn how to, there's two sides of this. You need to learn how to communicate effectively so that there can be a solution that's effective and mature communication, not just, oh, I'm mad because this isn't coming out right. And then you just don't communicate. That's just dumb. And then there's the other side of this. We need to learn when sometimes we don't know what we're talking about, and we hire the professional because they do know what they're talking about. And we need to step back and let them do their job. Okay? There's a difference there. And you got to know which one you are. And I'm going to tell you how you can determine which one you are. If you weren't already popping in that area to the point where people were praising you for everything that you did in it, there's a chance that you might be that person that need to step back and let somebody else do what they're doing, because you're not there. You're not there in that area. And that's okay. That's why you hired them. Being a CEO and a leader does not mean being perfect at everything. It means understanding and accepting that there's somebody out there who's perfect at every task that you need complete for your business, and going and finding those people. Okay? That's what that means. It doesn't mean excelling in every part of business. I can be a CEO and be terrible at graphic design, but I know someone who's excellent in that area. So I'm going to hire them and let them do their job. I'm going to tell them what my guidelines are, the things that are non-negotiables, and I'm going to ask them if they're able to deliver those. And if they are, I'm going to let them do what they do. Boom. Just that simple. But some people think that they know more than the person, the expert that they hired to do the job. Now, you may have some insight because it is your baby and your business, and that's great. But sometimes we have to understand when it's an opinion that we have versus actual expertise. I have a team, a strong team, a visual assistant team. Let me tell you something. We've been working on visuals, consistency, brand representation, product presentation for a long time. So when I'm coming to a client and I'm saying this is what you need, trust me, it's not just going through me, someone who has experience on all sides as the shopper, the seller, the business owner, the manager, the sales associate. It's coming from another person who has graphic design experience as well. And explain this, because people tend to think that they just know everything. You don't. And you got to learn how to step back. Because when you step back, people really show out. They show you exactly what you were looking for. But when you pretend like you're stepping back and then you step forward and start trying to be the expert in something that you're not, guess what you get? Broken down business. Okay? Broken down business. So hopefully you're able to take this insight and understand you can't be a micromanager in business if you want to flourish. Hire those professionals and get the job done. Okay? Just that simple. You can't. Now, if you have deadlines, you got limits, you got time limits, I get it. Get on it. That's right. Tell them, hey, this is our deadline to get this done. Cool. Let them know. Communicate. But you can't be a micromanager. Just step back. Thank you guys for listening to Boss Babe Blog. And hopefully I'll see you guys at the next podcast where I'm sharing another habit that you want to pick up on your road to elevation. So today's habit was learning how to delegate better, being a better delegator. Thanks for listening.